Okay, let's get started. Last class, looking at our examples. Every time we did a cosine law application, we always had some kind of side angle side. Yes, what we're trying to do is figure out the matching side to the angle that's given. And so, that side is what we're looking for, right? What if I don't give you that? In other words, as I said before, there's going to be another condition you're going to have to learn in the future. What if I give you all three sides? You still are able to find the angle. Long story short, if I give you this angle, this side, if I give you this side, I give you this side, these two are also given. So in the formula, everything is filled out except the angle. And so you should be able to find it. It's like saying, if I have 1 equals 2 plus 3 minus x, you should be able to isolate for that x, right? Just using basic algebra. And that is where we're going to head. Here's the thing. I warned you last class that a lot of people make silly algebraic mistakes. And so because it's so common, I feel like the textbook is throwing this new formula at you and saying, hey, don't worry about algebra, just memorize this and plug the numbers in and you'll be able to get your cosine angle. I don't believe in that. I want to believe that by doing the algebra to get to that portion yourself, you're not only practicing it, but you're building that confidence that algebra is not really that much of a big deal. So take a look at what's happening. When I give you all the different numbers, okay? How do I get cosine C all alone? In other words, how do I get rid of a squared and b squared? It's an addition after all. So the opposite would be subtraction. So this becomes c squared minus a squared and minus b squared. Quick trick question, or not trick question, just an honest question. Why is it that we cannot add these first? Because after all, these are all numbers. Why not just make it simple and turn c squared equals number times cosine?
Because 2ab cosine c is together.
What do you mean by together?
Well, you can't really, you don't have to divide to get them out because it's...
Okay, so by division, it's a multiplication. So by BEDMAS, this takes precedence. You can't do this first and add it because the multiplication is there first. So in other words, when you have the algebra going on, please make sure that you follow this method first, okay? What's next? I want cosine C, sorry, I'll just do it this way. I want cosine C all alone. Divide by 2ab. So we have c squared minus a squared minus b squared divided by negative 2ab to leave me with a positive cosine c. Do you see a slight difference between this one and that one? Slight difference? What is it?
The negative and the positive.
The negative. So positive, positive, negative from positive, negative, negative. And the negative 2ab becomes a positive 2ab. What I'm doing is I'm basically factoring out the negatives. Right? Think about it this way. If I have, let's say, negative x, negative 1, and I have negative 5, I could turn that into a negative 1 is multiplying with x plus 1. The negative and the negative, I could divide it, it's going to turn into a positive. That's all I'm trying to do here. Okay, so don't think it's some kind of magic and I change all the letters like the signs for no reason. There's a reason behind it. But ultimately, you could memorize this. But I don't want you to waste your brain cells, okay, and memory space in your brains trying to memorize a new formula. It's actually the same thing. I'm just moving the numbers around. So if you want to memorize this, fine. If you want to keep this because you've already practiced this and use your algebra because that doesn't require any memorization, that's fine too. I highly endorse this as teacher authority. Okay? If you want, again, I'm not going to stop you, but I think this is just a waste of your time. That's all. let's see how this can be used for a question that doesn't give you an angle. So take a look at example 1. Okay? We have this is angle C, angle A, angle B. It says find all unknown angles A, B, and C. So, and we can do that. We have all 3 sides. You can choose whichever angle you want to start with. So my question is, which angle do you want? C? Okay. If this is the angle I'm looking for, what's the side? What's the matching side? 8. So plug it in. 8 squared is my matching side to cosine C at the very end. You know what I'm saying? So before, I didn't have this and I had the angle. This time I don't have the angle, but I have this. So plug the rest in. 5 squared minus plus 9 squared minus 2 times 5 times a 9 times cosine C. And this is where a lot of people make silly mistakes. Okay? As I said before, 64, 25, 81, minus, that's a 90 cos C. Some people instinctively try to add this together because they feel stuck, or they're a little bit scared, they're a little nervous, or they don't have enough practice. Do not add 25 with 81 and subtract with 90. You can't do it. Okay? So, bring it over. I'll ask you to do it all in one step. Where's that equal? I'll give you a couple minutes. You have a calculator or you want to do the algebra. If I give you exactly 1 minute,